ZanZanA.
Hi everybody, welcome to ZanZanA Metal Interview. I have the pleasure to have with me Jan from There's a Light. Hi Jan.
Hi Karim.
So, the actuality for There's a Light is this new album. Nearly 1 month after the releasing of the album, does the reaction like your expectations?
Yeah, I mean we've been pretty overwhelmed by the reactions of a lot of people. So it's always hard to like expect a reaction because you don't know what will happen. But we're pretty happy and it's pretty amazing. Like we get a lot of messages, like totally cool messages from people. They tell us, "Oh, we like it so much," and it's pretty cool. So we are overwhelmed by what happened after the release.
Let's begin with the reactions. You know, I want to see your video clips on Napalm Records YouTube channel, and there are some amazing reactions from people that listen to the song. You know, something like this.
Yeah.
Never heard this band before. Very interesting sound. 2Ks. I love the intro part and the overall smooth ambient feel. It's about Elpis's song. Somehow reminds me a bit of Insomnium without the death metal influence, especially now coming home from work in a mood, tired and looking in the gray and rain outside. This resonates with me on a level not all music can achieve. I'll keep my eyes on you. Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. If you read such comments on YouTube, because that's more than like I could tell, or we could tell or would say about our songs, and this makes us pretty happy.
Yeah. Other reaction. Such a great song. One of the first post-rock, post-metal bands I discovered, and are still my favorite. New album is a pre-ordered. Can't wait. Such 2 months ago. This comment. Yeah. I'm sure now he's got the album.
Pretty sure. I hope so. I hope that he or she already got it.
Yeah, this an absolute masterpiece. Love from Canada. There's a light. Your music lives in my soul. Wow.
Yeah, it's an absolutely amazing comment as well. Yeah, I think you picked the absolutely right one.
Yeah, but I know I tried to find some weird comments.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't find
No.
critics. You know.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh,
Or maybe the community manager is erasing them, but I don't think
maybe.
so.
Yeah, but it's also like I mean we're on Napalm Record right now, and Napalm Record is famous for like releasing heavy metal music or extreme metal music, and I think we are not extreme metal or heavy metal, so we had also some comments like, not very aggressive or offending us, but like they're asking what want these guys on the like a heavy metal label like Napalm Records, and this is too soft for like this label. But I mean, that's the opinion, and that's also fine.
Returning to this, one of the first post-rock, post-metal bands. What is post-rock?
Oh, it's hard to describe. I mean, if you see like only the words post and rock, then you can say there is no post rock, or every rock is post rock, as you like describe post as something which comes after the rock, like the great rock time of the 70s, 60s and 70s. But it's hard to describe what post rock is, and we as a band, we don't see ourselves in like a post rock or a typical post rock band, like you name it, like Explosions in the Sky, This Will Destroy You, Sigur Rós. And sure, these are some influences for us as we started as a band, but we never want to or try to copy them. So I can't describe what post rock is, especially because we have so much influences from hip hop to extreme metal. Like this, the whole spectrum is in our music. So yeah, I think every music genre needs a name, and yeah, so maybe post rock was founded for this kind of music.
Yeah.
So you see, it's hard. It's very hard to describe for me.
Do you believe that rock is dead?
No, rock will never be dead. No chance. I mean, sure, if you look into the mainstream, that you have not much rock left in the charts. It was a bit flooded by electronic music and especially rap music, but there will be rock music till the end of the world. I'm pretty sure.
A dark winter came on a sunny day.
How do you explain this newcomers, this new music that is coming now? You know, rock, guitar, and a lot of ambient, music like God is an Astronaut, like Long Distance Calling, like You.
I think it's like an evolving process, or it's based on an evolving process from musicians around the world, and especially from technical new inventions in music. I mean, you always say like the typical post-rock music, like us or God is an Astronaut, is based on 80s music and American bands like Talk Talk Talk. And I think that, yeah, especially like if you look on the floor in front of the guitar players, like with the heavy effect boards, and I think that this might be a big influence, or had a big influence on this music. Like you have so much inventions in guitar pedals right now, or the past 10 years. I think this is one point where a lot of people are starting to to experiment with sounds, with new sounds. And I think a lot of people are, especially today, where you hear music on the internet, and like the listening always gets shorter because of the songs are always getting shorter, because of Spotify and Tidal and the streaming and the counting. And I think a lot of people are some kind of bored or annoyed by these shortened tracks and always having the same sound, because a lot of producers or musicians want to fit in this mainstream gap, like where you can make money. And so there are a lot of musicians use like the famous sounds which they know they're working within the mainstream. And I think a lot of people are bored and annoyed by this, so they started to experiment with new sounds, with ambient sounds, and with especially new song structures, which turns out like that a song is probably 6, 7, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, and it's no problem for people to really listen to music, not only hear music. I think there's like a renaissance going on in people are now more forced to listen really to music and not only hear music. So I hope it's going on, because it's pretty cool if you have songs that are longer than 2.5 minutes.
Are you the childrens of Pink Floyd? Somehow?
No, I'm totally not into Pink Floyd. I know like there's like the great era of rock music, Pink Floyd, the 70s, Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin. I'm more into Led Zeppelin than Pink Floyd. But it's funny because we played 2 years ago. We played a show in our hometown in front of a lot of older people, and one man after the show, he came to us and said, "Oh, you remind me a lot of Pink Floyd. I like this." And we always get some quotes from people that we're a bit like Pink Floyd, especially for older peoples. And I think,
like me,
yeah, maybe like you. And I think it's pretty interesting that like the old people who grow up with like these avant-garde bands and great rock bands are now taken again by some bands like experimental bands like us. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. In fact, I was thinking about Pink Floyd maybe because of the ambience, the clean guitar.
Yeah.
The clean sound guitar, not very loud, not very overdrive. And the ambient, music.
Yeah.
Dark Side of the Moon,
yeah.
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah, it's there are some similarities, but I think no one of us is really a Pink Floyd listener. I think we're more, if you go to this decade, more of a Queen and Led Zeppelin, like these kind of bands.
I just remember the new album.
Yeah.
There's a Light that came on December 10th. 10 years ago, you began. What that sound, that style of music, obvious from the very first time you met?
It's been now 10 years we started, but we play as a band like for 7 years, like as a real band. So the band was really founded as a studio project by David, our guitar player, and Jonas, the keyboard player. And they went to a small studio and recorded 4 songs on 2 days, like totally improvised. And now, like we play as a band for 7 years, and like to compare the first album from 2018, which is called Long Lost Silence, and the new one, I think our sound got a bit more like professional. I mean, Long Lost Silence is completely DIY. We've recorded everything in our rehearsal space, and you hear it. So it's not bad. It has some kind of character to it. It sounds a bit more dirty and a bit more distorted. And the new one is more ambient, like more back to the roots from to the first EP the 2 guys did in 2011. So maybe there's like a circle closing with the new album, like going from ambient to more distorted rock sound back to like mixing the ambient sound with the distorted rock sound. and what will the future bring? We will see. Maybe we will do an extreme metal album. We don't know yet.
Yeah, a death extreme ambient
Yeah.
metal.
Ambient extreme
But-
death metal.
And it took away all your glow and
In the future, it will be with vocals. Right here, great song. I'm glad for the use of vocals. They are in perfect harmony with the music. Definitely already one of my favorites. So this is for Elpis. Oh, without vocals. We know one of the members of this band. No, not this one. This one. Why do you need vocals when the music speaks? Greetings from Holland. This is for the sound Dark Cloud.
Yeah,
No.
I know this one. Yeah, it's interesting how different people react like having vocals, because a lot of like post-rock label bands are only play instrumental music, and even if we don't, as I said, even if we don't say about ourselves we play classical post-rock, only because we have like the label post-rock on our band. So there are a lot of people which are reacting a bit, a bit confused by hearing vocals in a post-rock or so-called post-rock band. But I think it adds another a special layer to like this kind of music, because I have to commit that I actually don't like this classical post-rock music, like only real instrumental music, because I think it's pretty boring, and a lot of things listen a lot the same. So I think the vocals are a kind of a thing which makes our band outstanding against the truly instrumental music. But on the other side, this one guy from Holland, or girl, I don't know, he or she are totally right. You don't always need vocals to express feelings. And what I think is great about instrumental music instead is that like everyone can build like his or her own story about a song, and you don't have like a written finished story which you can, or which tells you the singer. So yeah, there's some pro and cons about this, and I think, in my opinion, both is good and both is bad in one or another way. So I think a good compromise of it is the best way.
No, I think it's better when there's vocals, but sometimes maybe there's songs that don't need vocals. Yeah, of course, but few of one. But generally, personally, I prefer when there's vocals. It gives another dimension.
Yeah.
Can you speak about the artwork of this album? Who made it and the explanation?
Yeah, the artwork is made by a friend of us. He's from Munich, from Germany. He also did the artwork for the first album. His name is Oliver Hummel, and he's an amazing artist, graphic artist and photographer. And he did this artwork. We had like no idea what the artwork will look like, and he said, "Oh, let me do something." And he did this thing, like he had a photo of an lighthouse on the coast, but it was like the finished artwork, but as a photo, graph, and we said it looks amazing, but it was a bit too dark for the sound of the album. It looks a bit like a scene from Shutter Island from the movie. And then we asked him if he could do some animation stuff to it, like to give it not the realistic feel of photography, something like of an drawing. And he delivered this, and we were totally blown away by this artwork. So we said, like, it's perfect. I mean, you have our band name, which is There's a Light, and you have a lighthouse on the cover, and it fits perfectly together. And if you have like a vinyl record and you look inside into the gatefolded vinyl record, there's also like a person sitting in a boat, like floating to the lighthouse, and it's also it fits perfect, like having this glimpse of light on the horizon. So for us, it was really clear that this is the real artwork.
There's one comment that really I find it great. This one. That's weird. I just had a dream of a song I never heard of. I woke up and quickly searched up with the lyrics I heard, and this song has almost the same vibes as the one I got in my dream, but I never heard of this band before. That's for the Dark Cloud behind, it's... I would be a musician, like you. I would dream to have comments like this one.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing because I think we're like as he said in the last sentence, he never heard of our band, and we're not like pretty active in touring around the world and like doing everything that every people know us. But it's amazing that like reading such a comment, and it makes us proud, and it like forces us to go on and do more music, just go on and make people happy, because that's like the main reason we do this.
We spoke about the guitar, and the clean sound of the guitar on the post-rock, but you're a drummer.
Yeah.
There's a different way of playing when you're a drummer in a band like yours, there's or in post-rock generally.
Yeah, it's pretty different in two ways. The one thing is that you always have to play like for the song, not like for you. What I mean by that is like I'm always forced to like play more stuff a song really needs, and you can totally break a song by playing too much on the drums, and this is something, especially in short, not in short, in slow songs. A lot of post-rock songs are pretty slow, and a lot of people think playing slow on drums is pretty easy, but I think it's even harder than playing fast, playing slow, and playing slow in a musical context to the song. So this is one thing which I think is pretty different for playing a song There's a Light against like playing a typically disco pop radio song. And the other thing is you have to play much more dynamic than when I play with a metal band or play like this totally polished radio songs. So it's a bit more about letting the drums like giving their full potential of the dynamic range, like going from very, very silence to hitting the shit out of it like from 1 second to the other. And yeah, it's like I think it's something you have to learn, and everyone has to experience on their own.
So now, what are your expectations, Jan, after the releasing of this album?
I mean, our expectations, we're much above our expectations right now, or even now. So, like, if you ask me this 3 years ago, what my expectations are, I had said you that I will play a concert outside of our town, and this happens like we played in China 3 years ago, which was very out of this world for us. And now, I mean, my expectation for the future is to do another record, and hopefully it would be possible to play some shows again. And yeah, maybe in Europe, maybe on another continent again. So this would be my wish for the future.
Yeah, because now with all this Corona thing, things are very difficult, even for concert. With we are seeing some cancellations now of concerts and festivals and things like this. Yeah, it's very hard.
It would be pretty sad if we have a complete album which is unplayed live. So this would be like the biggest mess I can imagine.
Last question. The first EP was named Khartoum, capital of Sudan. Why?
This was because of like I can't really remember exactly. I think it was named by our singer Andy because he's historic teacher. He's an history teacher, and I can't tell you exactly why. I only remember it has something to do with the history of the Sudan.
Yeah. So, question: did you come to Tunisia?
Yeah, hopefully. Do you want to have us?
You have to find a way with German embassy now to bring you here. Yeah. But did you come one day in Tunisia before? Even as a tourist, to visit? No.
No, I've never been to Tunisia. But that would be on my list.
Yeah. Where do you go to catch the sun?
Yeah. Not like. Do you have right now like what's the weather in Tunisia in January?
Oh, January it's cold.
It's cold. Oh, right. It's the same as
January. It's cold and very humid.
Right.
Not there's not snow, but it's cold because there's a lot of humidity.
All right. Then in the summer.
Yeah, but maybe it's too hot for you in the summer.
Yeah, that's possible.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much, Jan, for this interview.
Thank you for having me.
So, last word.
Thank you for having me. I mean, it's a pleasure. It's amazing that I'm in Tunisia on air, and that's everything beyond everything that I've ever expected. And yeah, so if you if your listeners, your people are now interested in the new album, in the new record, maybe you're new to post-rock, then like give it a try, and hopefully one day we will see us in Tunisia.
Hopefully. Thank you very much, Jan.
Thank you.
ZanZanA, l'émission métal.